Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Dr. Shani here. Today I'm going to be talking about the preparatory work required to join a Black sorority. I was initiated into Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated November 4th, 2000 on the campus of Tougaloo College. I'm a member of the Gamma Psi chapter of Delta Sigma Theta. Presently, I'm a member of the National Alumni chapter. For the past 24 years, I'm approaching 24 years in Delta. This November, I have loved being a part of Delta Sigma Theta. Also, I am a professor in my professional life. Oftentimes, women come up to me and say, "Hey, Dr. Woods, I admire something about you. I see something in you, and I noticed that you're a Delta. How do I become a Delta? What is required to become a Delta? What do I need? And can you help me in this process?" So I'm making a video not only from the perspective of a member of Delta Sigma Theta, but also from the perspective of a professor. So this video is for anyone who is interested in membership in a Black Greek letter sorority. And there are 4. There is Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. While the purpose of my message is really talking about Delta, this message and the tools and skills that I will share can be applied to any of those Black Greek letter sororities. So this video will kind of highlight 9 to 10 points. So stay with me. Deltas often have a chant, and we say you have to work and pray and have a GPA. Well, ladies, if you are interested in becoming a member of a sorority, any sorority, you will need to have a focus on your academics, okay? The women who started these organizations, Delta was started by 22 college-educated women, okay? These women were smart. They were forward-thinking. And what they decided to do in 1913 and the years before, because it took a lot of preparatory work to establish these organizations, it took a lot of ingenuity. They had to be smart. They had to be resourceful. And think about it, they were college age. They were not in their 40s. These were college women. So I'm pretty sure they had high GPAs. So keep this in mind when you start thinking about expressing interest, okay? I'm not here to tell you anything about the internal workings of my sorority. I'm here to help you get yourself in the best position so that you will be a candidate who is looked upon favorably when it is time for you to go to the actual rush, to go through the processes. Okay, so keep in mind, your GPA is not just about you joining a sorority. It's also about your longer term goals. You're not just here to become a Delta or pledge whatever sorority. You're also thinking about, do I want to become a lawyer? Am I going to become a businesswoman, CEO? So keep the bigger picture in mind. If you want to go to law school, graduate school, even if you don't do it immediately after earning your undergraduate degree, you will still need to have a competitive GPA. Having a competitive GPA will be beneficial to you when you attend Rush, which is where you will get all of the information about the organization you are intending to join. They will tell you the ins and outs, as well as some of the ethics and protocols and things of that nature. So when you go in and say, I want to become a member of XYZ sorority, make sure you're going in with your best foot forward. Make sure you have a competitive GPA. While the base for some of our organizations, the GPA may be a 2.7, it may be a 2.5. You will have to look that information up. Try to go in with a GPA that's higher than that. So if this is the minimum here, try to make sure you exceed that. So come in with something that's looking like a 3.0 and above. When I first attended college, I came in with a 3.6. So I'm pretty sure my GPA was around that when I submitted my interest in Delta. Point 2, community service is what we do. If you can get community service, it is good to get it in high school. To establish a rapport with a community organization, a non-profit organization, because it shows the women who you will be submitting your information to that this is just a part of who you are. It's a part of your core fabric. So if you can, start in high school. get some community service involvements. It's not good just for your expressing an interest in a sorority. This is also going to be helpful to you in your professional endeavors. I often tell my students who are in social work, you need to have some level of community service, before your field placement, so that you'll know what you're going into when you talk about entering into a service profession. The same goes for joining a sorority. Sororities are service-oriented organizations. So make sure when you are preparing to go to Rush, you already have some community service years behind you, not just 1 month of community service, but start thinking about years of community service. And if you don't have it, and if you know you're going to college and you know you want to pledge your sophomore year, make sure you are doing things your freshman year, the summer of your freshman year, even well through to that time for you to submit, that you have years of community service, because that's what those reviewers are going to be looking for. And again, it's also helpful for your professional endeavors. Point 3, sweep your social media. Create you a LinkedIn page, which is a professional page, not only helpful for you if you are interested in joining a sorority, but also for professional development and networking opportunities. If you don't want to do a LinkedIn, create a personal website. Make sure the things that you are sharing on social media highlight the positive aspects of you. I understand you're young. Sometimes you're not going to say everything in the right way. You may not post all of the most positive things, but make sure you are keeping in mind that prospective employers are looking at your social media profile, and so too are the women who will be reviewing your application materials. So if you have put something out there on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Periscope, whatever platform, YouTube, and it is not favorable or it brings harm to other people, take that information down. But most importantly, be intentional about what you're posting. And if you're putting information out there or resharing information that is not helpful, that could be potentially harmful to yourself or others, you really need to do some soul searching and figure out why you're doing this. It's just not cool. Point number 4, be friendly and attend events. As I said, I have had a long sort of history with Delta. I was a member of the Greenwood Itabena Alumni Chapter's Delta Debutante Program. My sister was as well. She did it in 96. I did it in 98. She pledged Delta fall 97. I pledged Delta fall 2000. And so we had a rapport within our community with women who were from our church. Our church was filled with Deltas. Also, our teachers were also Deltas. And so we were involved with the Delta Debutante, which was like a 9-month program for us. And so we did community service activities, we did etiquette sessions, and this was way back when we were in high school. And we had a big cotillion. They call it Jabberwock now, but in our community it was called Delta Debutante. And so we were in the newspaper. So we were involved with different things. My sister was in athletics. I was my Miss Greenwood High School, involved with speaking and in church. Both of us are church girls. So we were involved with sorority related activities way back in high school. And so I say this because you will need to make sure you are a face to the people who are in the place. So the Deltas want to know who you are. They want to get a full picture of who you are. And they can't do this if you're never attending any of their events. You may not have been a Delta debutante or had that in your community, but you can certainly go to a political forum or certainly attend a community event. You can certainly give a few canned goods to their activities to support. And even if it's a campus party, you can show up. Just don't go jump in the line or, wear too much red or whatever their colors are. So you can certainly be involved. But I encourage you to always remain who you are. Put God first in whatever it is you're doing. Speak, be friendly. You don't have to go around, groveling or things of that nature. Express interest. Be a face in the place, but continue to have fun. Go to homecoming, do your international travel. Don't forget, you're still a student, okay? And you want to make sure you keep those things in mind. Point number 5, make sure you are dressed for success. In other words, dress how you want to be addressed. This goes without saying when you're talking about membership in a Black Greek letter organization, whether it's a sorority or a fraternity. You do not have to spend thousands of dollars. Keep in mind, everyone understands you are a college student, but you can be very much intentional about looking your best. Make sure you're not around a lot of negativity or friends or associations who are going to be, highlighting negative aspects of themselves. Make sure when you're coming to events that you look well. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Make sure you're sober, you are presentable, and understand that many of our Black Greek letter sororities are filled with intergenerational leaders. So you have a lot of young people, but you also have some mature, wise individuals, and you also have some senior citizens. But you may see on social media a lot of the younger people posted because we are more active on social media. We are millennials and Generation Z, Generation X, all of that. But behind the scenes, the women who are running, the movers and shakers, they are some of your older leaders, some of the women who are more mature, who have more experience in Delta. That's what I mean by older. They have more experience in Delta, more experience in the professional workplace. And so they are going to be calling upon you and looking at you as a person who needs to be coming in, representing and putting your best foot forward. So again, make sure you dress how you want to be addressed.